Hi everyone, it's 6 p.m. So I am going to kick off this Friday drinks. Hopefully, the sound is working okay. The microphone feels like it's in a kind of strange position. I don't think this will be very long this week. There's not a huge amount of news. The main news here in South Australia was the announcement, I think it was yesterday, that the King's Head on King William Street in the city has gone into administration. So the King's Head was pretty famous because it had a solely South Australian menu and drinks list. Um, Now, what I'm not sure about is what this means for Sturt Street Cellars, which occupied the same space, and I'm not sure how tightly the two businesses were combined. Sturt Street Cellars' Facebook page said that they have been in hibernation since earlier this month, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. I guess this is a reminder because there's also news about the Gov in Hindmarsh could be closed as well. That just try and support your favorite local businesses. Lots of pubs are doing takeaway meals that seem to be really cheap. Lots of restaurants are obviously doing takeaway meals, and they're also selling wine. So if you've got a few spare dollars, then definitely you know pick up a bottle of wine when you grab some takeaway on the weekend or something like that, because once we are on the other side of this, we're all going to want to go out and eat and drink, and it will be a real shame if there are no venues left for us to do that. Not quite so local news. There has been a new pink gin released by Giniversity out of Western Australia, which is flavoured with quandong, fig, apple, berries, and citrus, and I'm guessing some juniper in there as well somewhere. So that's something new to look out for. Even I kind of feel like we're at the tail end of gin drinking weather, but I know plenty of people think that you can drink it year round. And talking about helping pubs, venues survive, Cooper's, the South Australian beer brand, running a live, loud, and local campaign. That actually starts this evening, so you need to head to cooperslocal.com.au at 8 p.m. Eastern, or 7:30 in Adelaide. And after tonight, they plan on running it for Friday and Saturday nights from next week. So it's hosted by Joel Creasy and Miff Warhurst, and I understand that tonight they'll have Shannon Bennett teaching you how to cook your pub favourite meals, giveaways, all sorts of things. All right, what have I been drinking this week? So the first thing that I drank this week was, and I feel like I'm on a real Shiraz kick, and I wouldn't even call myself a big Shiraz drinker. The Battle of Bosworth Shiraz. This is actually 2016 from McLaren Vale. It's a wine that I have had kicking around for a while and just haven't drunk. It's still looking pretty good. The palate looks a lot leaner than the nose, so there's tons of dark fruit on the nose, and on the palate there's those dark berry fruits and cherries, but there's also some slightly leaner characters that come in, like a little bit of sour cherry or cranberry, even pomegranate, that just sort of lighten it up a little bit. If your thing is big Barossa Shiraz, this probably isn't your thing, but maybe a younger vintage would be. Then I had the Golding East End Rosé. So Golding have a Western Branch collective where you can sign up to it and get, there's various combinations, but you get wines delivered and you can tweak this. And I signed up to it really just so that I could try some of everything of theirs. Those of you who know me will know I'm a huge fan of Golding. In general, their wines are fantastic value for money, and they have the most beautiful cellar door, and they're lovely people. And so I'm really disappointed that this just kind of left me a little bit cold. There was nothing wrong with it. But I don't know, this is my thing with rosé, is they're just so often not exciting wines. And this was perfectly fine, but it was just a little bit simple. So it is dry. So if you like the slightly off dry rosés, don't go for it. If you like the dry rosés, fine. And again, hot day, cold in the afternoon, you'd be happy. And then the last thing is the Aphelion Rapture, which was one of the wines that was in the GSM Masterclass last night. So last night we had Rob Mack from Aphelion and Paul Carpenter from Longline, and this was in the Spoil Yourself package. So this is in the store, but it is $60 a bottle, so it's not cheap. This is a GSM blend. It's roughly a third each of Grenache Shiraz and Mourvedre with a touch of Sagrantino in it, and it is absolutely delicious. This is the type of wine that I say is just really sharp. There's a really lovely mixture of fruit and spice on the palate. There's beautiful texture and length. It's a 2017, so they do a slightly different blend every year for their top wine. So that I think Rob said the current release or the next release is going to be Mataro dominant. But yeah, a really, really lovely blend of spice, and you've got the sort of fruit on the palate, and then the spice comes in, and then some more juicy fruit kicks in after that. So absolutely recommended there if you've got the spare $60. Rob was really funny. He was saying that his wines are all, they are designed to look good when they're young, but also to age well. And he said, oh, you should buy 3 bottles. Drink one now, drink one in 6 months' time, drink one in 2 years' time. I said he should be telling people to, buy 3 cases. Right, the next masterclass is the 7th of May, Thursday the 7th of May, 6 p.m. Adelaide time. And the focus of that is Italians. So rather than having the compare and contrast that the last two have, this is going to be all South Australian grape varieties, and you can choose between a red pack, a white pack, or a mixed pack. They're all the same price this time. Adelaide Metro, $5 shipping, so that's cheaper than usual because it's usually $10. And we have Greg and Kate from XO Wine Co. confirmed. We also have somebody from Cloud Cuckoo Land confirmed, and I look forward to perhaps getting 1 or 2 other winemakers on board for that. So that will be a great opportunity to find out everything that you ever wanted to know about some. It's not an exhaustive survey of Italian grape varieties. And then finally, next Friday, I'm hoping to line up something a little bit more interactive. It's going to require a little bit of alignment of technology and schedules and all sorts of things, but I will make sure that if I do get it lined up, I will give you a bit of notice so that you can go out and purchase something to join in with next Friday. So that's it from me this week, and I will see you all on the Facebook page, facebook.com/Wine Academy Adelaide, or subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will see you all at the Italians Masterclass. Have a great weekend. Bye.